Hello there, Tamers, and welcome to a deck profile build. This was my friend Antisim. I don't know why I keep calling him Antisim. Antisim, whichever one it is. This is his Regulation Volume 1 Battle deck, which was the Pauper event. So everything you see in this deck is commons and uncommons, and I gotta say, this was actually a lot of fun to play against, especially with my train deck. So let's get over the deck profile. He has made a few changes to it since he's played it, but this is what he ran at the time. I believe I know a few of the changes he's made, so I will touch on them when we get to it. On the egg side, Digitama, or the Digi-Eggs, we have two of the BT19 Pokemon. Well, your opponent has a Digimon. This Digimon gains Reboot. Didn't consider this one when I built the deck, mainly because the Hagurumons did give Reboot, although I didn't have 4 of them. I just felt it wasn't massively necessary, considering the ulti tamer can basically recycle these. So I don't know what his thought process on that was, but yes, he ran toward the BT20 hotline. BT20 Kaporomon. This card is definitely a mainstay for, in my opinion, now machine and cyborg decks, especially if you couple it with the ulti, because being able to recycle those machines and cyborgs from your trash or your hand, especially with a play cost 4 or less, and flipping a security, given your Digimon jamming, is just incredible. So, yes, 3 Pokemon. I ran 4 of them in my train deck. I want to say as well, while I'm in the middle of this, if I sniff a lot, I'm sorry, it's hay fever. I am taking stuff for it, but yeah, I don't know. Fun Beamon. This was a interesting build, interesting pick in my opinion. I can see why he played it, but it Digivolved 1 over time on his eggs because they weren't royal-based trait. But gives all your royal-based trait Digimon plus 1000 DP, and then by placing 1 Digimon card with the royal-based trait from your hand face up as the bottom security card, add your top security card to your hand. I think that's mostly for just recycling security, although you only really get to do it 4 times. And why have you popped up? I don't know if that came up on the stream, no, on the recording. Oh, bloody hell. Anyway, and it's inheritable is all turns, this Digimon gets plus 1000 DP. So he ran that at 4. Now, this card is definitely a staple in machine and cyborg decks, I feel. On play, so it's the BT15 Hagurumon. On play, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. Add 1 card with a machine or cyborg trait and 1 black tamer card among them to your hand. Return the rest to the bottom of your deck. Now, being able to find a piece and a tamer if you need it is incredible. So this is why I feel in any machine or cyborg deck, even machine Digimon, if you really want to put it out there, like, just imagine what you could do with machine Digimon. God, I'm thinking about it now. I want to experiment. Anyway, yeah, so returns the rest to the bottom of the deck, so, and it gives Reboot, so that is quite nice. Very good to have. So yeah, I'd say that is definitely a staple in machine or cyborg decks. And I also feel like this could be as well, the BT20 Espimon. Mainly because, obviously, yes, I know it digivolves for 1 off a black or a blue, but if you have the Kaporomon, which in my opinion is a very good card to have in machine and cyborg decks, it digivolves for 0, so I ran this in my trains deck as well. Your turn. When when this Digimon would Digivolve into a Digimon card with the Cyborg or Machine trait, reduce the Digivolution cost by 1. And then all turns, this Digimon gets plus 1000 PP. So these two can be, but I've got to check actually with the oh no, it has to be Cyborg or Machine. So with the Hagurumon and the Espimon, they can be recycled with the OT, but the Fun Beamon can't. So I'm guessing he just played this to obviously do the whole security thing, and the fact that he's also running other Royal Base stuff. For example, his level 4s. He runs 3 of the BT18 Waspimon. Digivolves 3 from a green, black, or green. Digivolves for 2 on a Royal Base. Security, all turns, all of your Royal Base trait Digimon get plus 1000 DP, and then opponent's turn. I can see why he played this one. So, opponent's turn, none of your opponent's Digimon with as much or less DP as this Digimon can attack players. So, it kind of floodgates a lot of rookies, but it can, if you get enough in there, also help with boosting attack, really. That's what I'm trying to say. And then the inheritable 4 is plus 1000 DP. So he also runs the Forge Beamon. This is another interesting pick, in my opinion. I'm not slanting his deck, it was fun to play against. I'm just trying to think in my head why. This one I can sort of see why when any of you so standard stuff for Royal Base, Digivolves for 2 Royal Base, 3 gives 1000 DP and security. But the all turns, when any of your other Digimon with the Royal Base trait would leave the battle area by effects by placing this Digimon face up as the bottom security guard, they don't leave. So it recycles another face up security, which gives you another plus 1000 DP to your sources. And all turns, it has plus 1000 DP as well. So that's that pick. And then his last level 4 was the Hover SP. This is a very good card, especially when you pair it with the Oblivionmon. I did not know how this worked, so that's why I didn't run Oblivionmon in my training deck. I would have if I'd known how it worked. So Digivolves for 3 off a black level 3 or blue level 3, or Digivolves 2 with Cyborg or Machine. So on top of the Espimon and Hagurumon, it Digivolves for 2. Well, the Espimon it will Digivolve for 1. On the Fun Beamon, unfortunately it will Digivolve for the free cost, so a bit expensive. End of attack once per turn, draw 1. Now, you can get a free swing with this if you check the face up security and you have the Porygon underneath and you have jamming, so that is always nice. Inheritable gives plus 1000 DP. You ran that at 4, which is a reasonable one. Cannon Beamon. This was probably the wrong card I feared playing against, especially with what my deck did. So it Digivolves for 4 from a green or black level 4, or with Royal Base, Digivolves for 3, security, opponent's turn, all your Royal Base trait Digimon gain blocker. I can see that being helpful, especially if you've got a few Royal Base trait on the board and you need the blocker. On play, when Digivolving, for each of your face-up security cards, de-Digivolve one of your opponent's Digimon. That is the bit I fear, because I was flipping, and here's the reason why. Because I was flipping his security face-up, and he was also putting his own face-up cards in security, it meant that his security was basically fully revealed. Hence the name, Who's That Security? Because he also flipped mine in conjunction as well. So basically, the game we had was a battle of face-up security. it was fun, but the fact that he could de-Digivolve for each face-up card was quite menacing and scary. And then, so all turns, once per turn, when this Digimon deletes your opponent's Digimon in battle, trash the top security. So that was handy for him, because deleting my Digimon in battle was something he was trying to do. So so that he didn't have to check my security any other way. Oblivimon. Again, had I known how this card worked, I probably would have run this as well. So, Digivolves for 4 of a black or blue, level 4. Or Digivolves 3 from Cyborg or Machine. So, all of his champion like that can Digivolve into this for free. Security, end of opponent's turn, play this card without paying the cost. So, basically a free body on the board. When Digivolving, flip your opponent's top face down security card face up. Oh, that effect also applied with the Hoviarismon. So, yeah. I could have done with that in my deck as well. Your turn, when your Digimon checks a face up security card, when your Digimon check face up security cards, sorry, I misread that, you may place this Digimon's top stacked card face up as the bottom security card. That would have been so handy for me. Because it's not that Digimon that has to check face up security, it can be any. So I could have swung with a Trailmon, and if I had this on top of another card, I could have placed this in my security, and then I could Digivolve to say a Locomon on top, that Digimon instead, and it basically allows you to recycle sort of like the evolution line, and then your turn, this Digimon's attack target can be changed. So that would have collided with my deck a bit because a lot of my deck had collision in it, but yeah. Oblivimon would have been good in my deck. The level 6s now. Two of them definitely valid picks. The third one he has changed out for, I believe, the newer Reapermon, which was Ghost Support, but I don't know what it actually does. Let me have a quick look. I will be on to the level 6s in just a second. Because level 6s were definitely some I considered running in my deck. I wish I had done instead of the Ebimon. Don't run Ebimon in the deck, guys, it's not worth it. He's not as helpful as you think. Yeah, so the new Reapermon gives collision and blocker, so would have been good in my deck, to be fair. Given collision. All turns, once per turn, when effects Digivolve your opponent's Digimon, de-Digivolve one of your opponent's Digimon. Yeah, so that would be crippling against my deck. And then on deletion, delete one of your opponent's play cost 4 or lower Digimon or tables. Again, that would have been crippling for my deck as well. So, if you do build this deck, change this one out for the BT20 Digimon. Because, hell, I might even consider putting that in my deck. Anyway, Cannondramon. If you haven't seen the video, this card wreaked havoc game 1. He got into it really quickly and I just couldn't get established because I wasn't finding my pieces. End of your turn. Once per turn, if your opponent has 4 or more memory, delete one of their Digimon with the lowest AP. Clears the body. End of opponent's turn. Once per turn, if you have 4 or less memory, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with the highest play cost. That sort of incentivizes your opponent to be like, right, I don't want my top Digimon to be deleted, so I'm going to have to give them more than 3. Hell, even 4. You're going to have to give them 5 memory if you don't want your Digimon deleted, which is a bit of memory manipulation, so yeah, this card, all in all, is a generally good card for Pauper, especially in red or black decks. Jumbo Gamemon. Or Gamemon. This is another card that would be really good in my deck. Digivolves of a blue or black level 5 for 5. Has blocker on body, so the Espimon that I was running instead of the Haburamons would have been good with this. And also, this is good with my deck because it has opponent's turn. When an opponent's Digimon attacks, I may play a level 5 or lower Digimon card from this Digimon's distribution cards without paying the cost. This would have been insane in my deck for the reason Two of my level 4s had on-play effects, which revealed cards and then, I believe, placed underneath them. But I could have also played out the Locomon, I believe it's the BT... I've got to look this up now. Locomon... No, not Locomotive. Addictive Text. Locomon. It is the BT17 Locomon. So it would have been really good with the BT17 Locomon, because I would have used this effects to play out the BT17 Locomon, then use Blocker to block the attack, and then BT17 Locomon, this only works, bear in mind, if you have the pieces. BT17 Locomon's effect is, all turns, once per turn, when an attack target is switched, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. Place 1 Parasite Mon, or 1 level 5 or lower black Digimon card among them as this Digimon's bottom Digivolution card, and then trash the rest. All turns, when one of your Digimon's effects adds to this Digimon's Digivolution cards, this Digimon may Digivolve into a ground Locomon in your hand without paying the cost. That could have given me a free level 6, which would have been insane, because the ground Locomon that I would have gone into, which would have been hopefully the BT17 one, on play when Digivolving, it has piercing for stars. On play when Digivolving, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck, place 1 level 5 or lower black Digimon card among them as this Digimon's bottom Digivolution card, and trash the rest. End of attack, once per turn you may play 1 level 5 or lower Digimon card with a machine trait from this Digimon's Digivolution cards without paying the cost. I will have to check through my video now, because I may have played cyborgs instead of just machines. So the Jumbo Gamimon would have been really good, because I could have played out at level 5, Digivolved at level 5 into a level 6, and basically had a new level 6 on board. The Reapermon, EX2, like I said, he's changed his tool now, so it's not as good. I mean, it would have been good had I not basically rebooted on his turn a lot of the time. Reboot. Opponent's turn, once per turn. When an opponent's Digimon becomes unsuspended, de-Digivolve 1. That Digimon. So I can see why this would be good, especially in decks that don't get reboots, because basically at the start of their turn they'd restand after swinging, and then it'd be like, oh yeah, no, you did Digivolve, and it's like, great, okay. So I can see why this wouldn't be good, but definitely the BT21 is much better. So if you're gonna play this deck, if you're gonna build this Pauper deck, replace this with the BT20 Reapermon, and it'll be so much cool for you. Winner. This card surprised me, mainly because of its main effect. So, play cost 3, start your main phase. If you have a face-up security card, gain 1 memory. Main, by suspending this tamer, one of your Digimon may Digivolve into a Digimon card in your face-up security cards. If this effect is Digivolved, you may place 1 Digimon card with the Royal Base trait from your hand face up as the bottom security card. Notice it says one of your Digimon may Digivolve into a Digimon card in your face-up security cards. It doesn't have to be Royal Base, it just has to be a card it can Digivolve into. Had I known that, I would have probably put one of these in my deck. Because if I'm missing pieces and it's in my security and my security is face up, that would have been really good. But then again, I'd have to run the package to make my security face up, so probably wouldn't be as good in my deck. Mind you, the level 4s and 5s cyborgs, so would have been good, probably. Anyway, he plays this at 3. OT. My opinion, probably a staple in Machine and Cyborgs. Start your turn, if you have 2 or less memory, set it to 3. Start your main phase by placing 1 play cost 4 or lower black Digimon card with the Cyborg or Machine trait from your hand or trash as any of your Cyborg or Machine trait Digimon's bottom Digivolution cards. Flip your opponent's top face down security card face up. That is insane. This for an uncommon is incredible, especially if you have the Chromon, because you give yourself jamming and you get intel on your opponent's security. So if you can flip their security and see it's weak, oh, look at that, you got 3 swings, you don't have to worry about hitting anything. So ulti at 3. Kazushido, another good card for Machine and Cyborgs, and does pair well with the ulti. Start 3 if you have a Digimon with Cyborg or Machine trait in play. Well, Machine trait in play, gain memory. That's good. If you have the ulti and one of these, that's 4 memory. All turns, when one of your Digimon with Cyborg or Machine in its traits becomes suspended, so including blocking, you may suspend this tamer to draw 1, and then trash 1 card in your hand. So basically you're recycling your pieces, and you can use the ulti to recycle again. So, good card, he runs it at 2. Option cards, now he's changed out the Pride Memory Boost, I believe, to Hornet Eraser. I don't know what Hornet Eraser does right now. I will endeavour to find out. Hornet. Not honey, Hornet. I'll probably spell it wrong. I spelled it wrong. Dyslexia. Hornet. Hornet Eraser. So we go over this first. So Pride Memory Boost at first. Cost of 4. Reveal top 3 cards of your deck. You may play 1 black Digimon card with play cost of 4 or less among them without paying its memory cost. Trash the remaining cards, then place this card in the back layer. That probably would have been good for me as well, because I think all my level 4s bar 1 had a play cost of 4. Yeah, because one of the trail ones has a play cost of 5. And then main delay gives you memory. So having memory boost in a Pauper deck is good, but if you're using it just to gain the memory, then I don't know. Hornet Eraser, which he's now changed it for, in my opinion, might not be the best choice, but this is his deck. This is how he builds it. Main, you may place 1 Digimon card with a Royal base trait from your trash face up as the bottom security card, and delete up to 8 play costs total worth of your opponent's Digimon. For each of your face-up security cards, never mind, it's actually pretty good. Add 2 to this effect. Play cost maximum. Yeah, no. Definitely, probably a better choice. The only downside to Hornet Eraser is 8 costs. So you ideally want this to be hitting security more than anything. So yeah. Final Zubigon Punch. This is a hell of a card for a 2-cost card. Main, one of your Digimon gets plus 3000 DP until the end of your opponent's next turn. Then, if this Digimon has 16,000 DP or more, that Digimon gains Blocker, Reboot, and Security Attack plus 1. And then the Security Effect is added to his hand. That is an insane card for 2 cost. I didn't run many options in my deck, I believe. I don't think I ran any options. I'd have to double check that. I can't remember my own deck. That's great. So yeah, runs that at 2. Ultimate Slicer. Again, this card was evil. I hit this a couple of times, I believe. Main, by trashing 1 Digimon card with Machine, Cyborg, or SOC trait in your hand, delete one of your opponent's Digimon or Tamers with the lowest play cost. Okay, so it deletes Tamers as well. Being able to delete Tamers is very, very, very good, especially in a Pauper format when you potentially can't get back. So that there, ladies and gentlemen, is Antisims, or Antisim. I'll have to find out how he actually pronounces his name. His Pauper deck. I have got my Regulation Volume 2 deck profile ready. I'm reluctant to post that at the moment. I might do because, in my opinion, I've concocted something rather evil but bad. We will see. But it's going to be interesting. So, yeah. I hope you enjoyed this deck profile, guys. and until next time, I will see you around. Goodbye.